Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores of the FA Cup 6th round or quarter-finals for this the 2018-2019 season. Now, first fixture of the weekend takes place on Saturday at 12:15, and this is live on BT Sport 2, and it's between Watford and Crystal Palace. Watford doing well in the Premier League, looking really strong at the moment. Crystal Palace find themselves at the moment 14th in the Premier League. In the 5th round, we had Watford. They gained a 1-0 victory against Queen's Park Rangers, and Crystal Palace, they had a straightforward victory against Doncaster. In this match, I think it's going to be a close affair, but I think the strength of Watford's team is going to see them through, I think, in this fixture. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Hornets, although Crystal Palace have been playing magnificently away from home this season, even apart from when they're at home, they haven't been doing too well. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Hornets in this fixture. Yeah,
I've got exactly the same as you. I think Watford pretty much staying up this season. They're on 43 points, I believe.
Oh, there's no doubt they're going to stay up.
Yeah, absolutely no doubt about it. So personally, I think Javi Gracia and his Watford side really need. I think they should definitely go for an FA Cup victory this season. Palace play well away, but I think that Watford really should be in with a chance of winning this one, and I can see this one being a 2-1 home victory.
Yeah, well, both teams, especially Watford, they're going to. Well, they should be putting out their strongest side. You know, there's a chance of silverware this season in this competition. I know you've got the likes of Manchester United, Man City still in there. However, it's an excellent opportunity for the likes of Watford, Wolves even, and Brighton, you could say as well, to get their hands on the FA Cup.
Next up, we have the 5:20 kickoff on BT Sport 2 as well, straight after the Watford Crystal Palace match, and that is the Jacks going up against Manchester City. Now, Man City 7-0 last night against Schalke, I believe.
Superb.
Oh, just fantastic. Phil Foden even popping up with a goal.
Yeah, nice little goal where he rounded the keeper and slotted it in.
Brilliant.
With his left foot, wasn't it?
Watch the highlights. Some of the goals there are absolutely fantastic. Schalke had no chance. Unlucky Matondo, local lad from Cardiff, managed to make himself into the Wales squad as well, I believe.
I think so, yeah, against Slovakia.
Very good. Well done there. But coming up against a struggling Swansea side in mid-table, stuck in 15th, not in good form at all. Well, they're beating the ones down the bottom of the table, but they need to be beating teams around them, which they're not at the moment. It's going to be a Man City win, in my opinion. It's just by how many, and I'm just going to put a completely random number out there, between 1 and 10, and I'm going to say 6, and I'm going to say 6-0.
Well, Manchester City this season, and they've, well, as we saw last night, beating Schalke, was it 7-0?
Yep, 7-0.
I think they've won 6-0 this season. They've won 9-0,
yep. They've won 5-0, 6-0, 7-0 twice, I think, and 9-0. Just in 2019, actually, should I say.
Yeah, an absolute machine they are. But they are coming up against Swansea, and Swansea at home, and they're actually quite strong at home, the Jacks are. So, Man City playing a lot of games, but then Swansea are as well. That's the nature of the Championship with, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday sort of fixtures. So, Man City, it is on BT, on TV, in front of the cameras. I can see Swansea not scoring, and I can see Manchester City scoring 3. So I'm going for a 3-0 win for the Citizens, which will put them in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. Who against? I'm not sure at the moment till we see the draw. Next up, we've got Wolves against Manchester United. Now, this takes place on BBC One's at 7:55 in the evening. So, Saturday night TV at the moment on terrestrial TV anyway is rubbish. So, I think I'll be watching this match anyway. So, Wolves against Manchester United. Wolves this season have done magnificent against the top 6 clubs. Last weekend, drawing, I think it was 1-1 against Chelsea, had chances to win that match at Stamford Bridge. They didn't. Man United, superb since Solskjaer has taken over. Although they lost last week away against Arsenal coming away with a 2-0 victory in the end. But in this fixture, Man United want to get their hands on some silverware, as does the likes of Watford, Wolves, etc. But I think Man United are going to just have slightly too much for them in this fixture, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for the Red Devils.
interesting. I totally agree with you. With Wolves, really, they're sort of like your Watfords, where they're pretty much safe in the Premier League, and to top off their season, they could go for a bit of silverware. Like, they should put out their full strength squad for this one. Man United, of course, pushing for the top 4 to get into the Champions League next season. Not sure how they're going to play out this one. It could go either way, to be honest, I reckon, in this one, because Wolves really do pick up points against the top 6 clubs. However, I think, just like you said, Man United are going to edge it, and I think it's going to be a 2-1 away victory for the Red Devils.
Yeah, I think over the past couple of weeks, not last weekend, but before that, I think they rested a few players as well with this game in mind. So there's no chance of them struggling at all. They're too high on the table. They've had a brilliant season. Oh yeah. You have to say, well, 7th position at the moment. Maybe they can gain that final Europa League spot as well.
Definitely.
Okay, last fixture of this FA Cup 6th round is Millwall against Brighton, and this takes place on Sunday. It's live on BBC One at 2 p.m. Millwall struggling at the wrong end of the Championship at the moment. I think they're 4th from bottom, I believe. They are, and they've lost their last 4 matches in the Championship as well. Probably, maybe they're concentrating, or their focus has been taken away from the league, and maybe at the back of their minds they've got this match at home against Brighton, maybe dreaming of Wembley once again. In this match, Brighton, last 2 matches they've gained victory against Huddersfield, and last week they had a brilliant away win against Crystal Palace. So in this fixture, I think, Brighton, with the Premier League players that they've got, coming against a struggling Millwall team, although they'll put, this is a one-off match, so they could cause problems in the first half, Millwall, but I think in the end, Brighton are going to come through, and it's a straightforward win in the end, 2-0 to Brighton.
Well, believe it or not, I actually disagree with you on this one. I am sorry, Brighton fans, but personally, if you guys want to see,
you think this is going to shock?
Yeah, I think we gotta have a giant killing somewhere, I reckon, to be honest, in this one. I think, to be honest, Millwall, just because of their form, I think their manager is going to definitely want them to win this game and get to Wembley and be the only Championship club that gets to Wembley this season in the FA Cup. I think Brighton, Chris Hughton, to be honest, I think he's going to want them to concentrate on the league just because of their position, so he can secure survival in the Premier League. I
reckon they only need probably another 4 or 5 points to do that. Maybe probably 6 at the very most. So
probably, but they still need to focus on it, in my opinion. And either team could win it. However, I think it's going to be 1-1 most of the match, and I think Millwall, being at home, being at the Den, are going to sneak it at the last minute, and it's going to be 2-1.
And I wonder how long they can keep that chant at Millwall, where they go, oh, irritating that chant, isn't it? So
very irritating.
Okay, so that concludes our predictions for the FA Cup 6th round or quarter-finals, whatever you want to call them. Once again, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste them into your comments, and you could probably get a shout out in the next video, which is going to be a couple of weeks' time now because of the international break. Yeah. So before we go then, Nathan, is there anything you'd like to add? Who do you think will win the FA Cup? Who's your tip?
To be honest, my tip is it's going to be either Watford or Manchester City.
Not Man United, no?
No, I don't think.
Or Millwall? No,
well, I don't think so.
Brighton?
I don't think so. I think it's going to... I think the ties are going to be Man City versus Man United and Watford versus Millwall. I think it's going to go very peculiar. And then it's going to be Man City versus Watford in the FA Cup final, and then Man City will lift the trophy for the first time in a few years, I believe.
Right, okay, yeah. I think I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go for Manchester City to win this competition as well. But yeah, I've got a sneaky feeling that Watford could get through to the final. But then Man City, big occasion. They've got big occasion players as well. I think they're going to win the FA Cup final this season.
I'd love to see a club outside the top 6 win it very soon, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because the last time it happened, I believe, was Wigan, when they got relegated in the same season as well. So
yeah, I agree. Yeah. Maybe Brighton can win it this year.
I don't think so somehow.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you real soon in the next video.